In this video, you'll learn how ordinary video games led people to real tragedies, and how things that seem harmless can sometimes become deadly. The StarCraft Incident. South Korea, 2005, 28-year-old Lee Sun came to an internet cafe in Daegu, South Korea. He ordered a soda, logged into StarCraft, and started playing. Hours turned into days. Witnesses said he barely left his chair, taking only short breaks to use the bathroom. By the second night, he had been at the keyboard for nearly 50 hours. His posture weakened, his eyes turned red, but he kept clicking the mouse. The cafe manager begged him to stop, but Lee shook his head and started another match. On the morning of the third day, he suddenly collapsed. Paramedics arrived quickly, but he didn't respond. Doctors confirmed heart failure caused by exhaustion, dehydration, and blood clots from sitting too long. The Pokemon Go electric shock incident. Philippines, 2017. In Iloilo City, Philippines, a 12-year-old boy was playing Pokemon Go with friends near a construction site. While holding his phone, he climbed a metal structure close to power lines. Witnesses said he lost balance and grabbed something to steady himself. There was a loud crack, and he fell instantly. Emergency services arrived, but it was too late. The boy had been electrocuted. Authorities confirmed that distraction from the game led him into a dangerous area. The tragedy was one of many deaths linked to Pokemon Go worldwide. The Call of Duty swatting incident. On December 28, 2017, two Call of Duty players in the US argued over a match worth just $1.50. One of them, Casey Viner, asked another player, Tyler Barris, to swat his opponent, to call the police with a fake hostage report. Tyler called 911 from Los Angeles, giving an address in Wichita, Kansas. But it wasn't his opponent's address. It belonged to 28-year-old Andrew Finch, an unrelated man. Police surrounded Finch's home. When he opened the door, confused, they ordered him to raise his hands. He moved slightly, and an officer shot him dead. The case shocked the gaming world. Tyler was sentenced to 20 years in prison, and Wiener received a shorter sentence. The Wii Fit incident. On December 28, 2009, 25-year-old Tim Ayers from Sittingbourne, Kent, received a Nintendo Wii Fit as a Christmas gift. Excited, he began exercising with it the next day, using the balance board and fitness games for several hours straight. That evening, he complained of chest pain and shortness of breath. His mother urged him to rest, but minutes later, he collapsed. Paramedics couldn't save him. The coroner ruled sudden cardiac arrhythmia. Doctors noted that, though rare, intense activity can trigger fatal rhythm disorders, even in young, healthy people. It was the first recorded death linked to Wii Fit in the UK. The Counter-Strike incident. On February 26, 2010, two young men in Chongqing, China were playing Counter-Strike in an internet cafe. They started arguing about tactics and insults in the game. The shouting got louder. One man pushed the other. Staff intervened, but the fight continued outside. The aggressor pulled a knife and stabbed his opponent multiple times. Witnesses called for help, but the victim died before medics arrived. Police arrested the attacker, who admitted he lost control. The case became a national example of how online game disputes could escalate into real violence. The GTA incident. On August 3, 2008, in Bangkok, Thailand, an 18-year-old student named Pol Wachino took a taxi late at night. When they arrived, instead of paying, he pulled a knife and attacked the 54-year-old driver, trying to steal the car. Witnesses called the police, and he was caught minutes later. He confessed that he'd been playing GTA and wanted to know what it felt like to steal a car in real life. No drugs or mental illness were found, just obsession. He was sentenced to life in prison. Thai authorities temporarily banned GTA 4, calling it proof of the game's dangerous influence.
The Fortnite trampoline accident, USA, 2019. 14-year-old Mia loved Fortnite and tried to imitate some of the game's stunts in real life. She jumped on a backyard trampoline while holding her smartphone, attempting a flip from a dance emote. She miscalculated, fell awkwardly, and hit her head. Emergency responders arrived immediately, but she didn't survive. Her parents warned others about the dangers of copying game stunts at home. The League of Legends sleep deprivation, South Korea, 2016. 22-year-old June participated in a 48-hour solo queue marathon. Determined to climb the rankings, he refused to eat or sleep. On the second night, he collapsed at his computer. Paramedics confirmed acute cardiac arrest caused by exhaustion and dehydration. His story shocked the esports community and highlighted the dangers of extreme gaming marathons. The VR horror escape, Japan, 2020. Kenta, 17, was testing a new VR horror experience. Fully immersed, he ran around his room, unaware of the furniture and walls. He tripped over a table and fell, breaking his neck. VR games can feel real, and Kenta's story became a cautionary tale about spatial awareness while gaming. The Minecraft window fall, Canada, 2018. 12-year-old Ethan, inspired by Minecraft parkour videos, attempted to jump between windows in his house. He misjudged the distance and fell to the ground. Paramedics arrived, but he didn't survive. This tragic incident sparked debates about children imitating in-game stunts without supervision. The Pokémon Go traffic accident, France, 2019. 15-year-old Leo was crossing a busy street while distracted by Pokémon Go. He didn't notice an approaching car and was fatally struck. Authorities highlighted that even outdoor games can be lethal if attention is diverted. The Among Us sleep deprivation, Italy, 2020. Matteo, 15, played Among Us non-stop for 3 days to complete an online challenge. Neglecting food, water, and sleep, he collapsed from exhaustion. His story highlighted the dangers of long gaming sessions without breaks. The Elder Scrolls Balcony Fall, Germany, 2015. A 20-year-old man became fascinated with a stunt from the Elder Scrolls and decided to recreate a jump onto a lower balcony in his apartment complex. Witnesses said he looked confident, pacing, checking his footing, preparing for the leap. But something went wrong. He misjudged the distance, his legs slipped mid-air, and he fell. Paramedics arrived within minutes, but it was already too late. VR climbing accident, Australia, 2021. 16-year-old Emma was immersed in a VR headset simulating a mountain climb. Her living room became a virtual cliffside, complete with wind sounds and digital ledges. Excited, she tried to climb furniture to mimic the movements from the simulation. Friends later recalled seeing her lose balance, reaching out instinctively for support, but there was nothing solid enough to catch her. She fell hard onto the floor, sustaining injuries that proved fatal. Paramedics arrived immediately, but she could not be revived. Mario Kart karting accident, Germany, 2019. A group of teenagers attempted to recreate a Mario Kart race on a private go-kart track. One 16-year-old, thrilled by the speed and excitement, ignored basic safety precautions. He lost control of his go-kart, skidding into a barrier at high speed. Witnesses described the chaos, friends screaming, other drivers swerving, and the terrible impact. He suffered fatal injuries on the spot. Authorities emphasized that imitation of video games can be deadly, even in controlled environments. VR parkour experiment, Japan, 2021. 15-year-old Yuki had been training in parkour for months, but a VR obstacle course seemed irresistible. Wearing the headset, she was transported into a virtual world full of ledges, jumps, and platforms. Engrossed in the game, she misjudged a real balcony's edge and fell from the second story. Friends and family rushed to help, but she succumbed to her injuries before paramedics could arrive. VR swordplay incident, UK, 2022. 18-year-old Liam practiced sword fighting in VR. The headset tracked every swing, and he swung his controller with intensity, imagining himself dueling a formidable opponent. In a moment of overexertion, he lost footing and fell onto the concrete floor of his bedroom. Doctors later confirmed multiple fractures and internal injuries that proved fatal. Roblox balcony stunt, USA, 2020. 13-year-old Tyler loved Roblox and often watched videos of characters performing daring jumps. One afternoon, he decided to recreate a Roblox-inspired jump from his balcony to the neighboring roof. His parents were inside, unaware of what he was planning. Tyler climbed, took a deep breath, and leapt. Witnesses later described seeing him slip mid-air. He fell several meters and landed hard on the ground. Paramedics arrived immediately, but there was nothing they could do. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for similar ones and feel free to drop suggestions for the next video in the comments.